There's a lot of back and forth about Israel, who Israel is, how to prove who Israel is today. Because a lot of especially so-called Christians have been led astray about who the nation of Israel is, and thinking that it's the fake Jews over there in Israel, so-called Israel over there, sending all your money, sending all your prayers, sending all your blessings over there upon those fake Israelites. We need to read the scriptures to find out who the true Israelites are, as the scriptures have said. Okay? So let's read. Deuteronomy 1:1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness. Stop. So who's speaking? Moses. Who is he speaking to? Israel. So in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses is speaking to Israel. This is one man speaking to one nation. This is not being spoken to the whole wide world. First of all, this book of Deuteronomy. These are the words Moses is speaking to the nation of Israel. So when you read Deuteronomy, you have to read it with that understanding first. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7. When the Lord thy God, see, the Lord your God. So Moses is telling Israel that the Lord is their God. You see, when the Lord your God shall bring you into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than you. So Moses tells the nation of Israel that the Most High is going to send them to take over a land that already has inhabitants, guys. So do you see that there's already been a difference between Israel and other nations? At least 7 other nations here. You see that? And when the Lord your God shall deliver them before you, you shall smite them and utterly destroy them. You shall make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Don't show no mercy. Kill them, destroy them. Don't make no promises, no covenants, no oaths. Don't shake no hands. Destroy them utterly. Y'all see that? This is what Moses told the Israelites before they went into the land to take it. Neither shall you make marriages with them. Don't intermarry with them. See? Remember what Esau did? He married 2 Canaanite women. Look at what this says. Don't marry with them, Israel. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son, and nor his daughters shalt thou take unto thy son. Most High says, don't mix with them, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. Most High gonna be pissed off if you join with them. Don't join with them at all. So all these people talking about the Bible is written to the whole wide world. What does this sound like to you? But thus shall you deal with them. This is how you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars and break down their images. See, Caesar Borgia, fake white Jesus, tunic boy, flower boy, and cut down their groves. Yeah, see, Bohemian groves. You see, with the little owl and shit. And burn their graven images with fire. Yeah, your little Baphomet and shit with the phallus and the titties. Y'all corrupted ass devils. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. You are a holy people unto the Lord your God, Israel. This is not talking to the whole world. This is Moses speaking to Israel. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee, you, to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, above everybody else. Israel, you are. So we can see that there's clearly been established that the Most High has chosen Israel above everybody else on this earth. Now we need to know who Israel is, which we're going to get into. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people, but because the Lord loved you, Israel, and because he will keep the oath which he hath sworn unto your fathers. Hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repayeth them that hate him to their face. They don't like that part of the Most High, you see. To destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. They don't like that part of the Most High. You see, they like this part. They don't like that part. We love all of the Most High, you see. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee, you, this day to do them. See, not the whole world, guys. Y'all see that? Let's go to verse 13. And he will love thee and bless thee, you. He will love you and bless you and multiply you. He will also bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your land, your corn, your wine, your oil, the increase of your kind, which means cattle, the flocks of your sheep, and in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee. You shall be blessed above all people. There shall not be male nor female barren among you or among your cattle. And the Lord will take away from thee all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt, which thou knowest, upon thee, but will lay them upon all them which hate you. And you shall consume all the people which the Lord your God shall deliver thee. Thine eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shall you serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto you. Most High is telling Israel, you are going to destroy all the fake ass doctrines of all the nations on this earth when I put you on this earth. That's what I put you here for. I selected you and chose you to put the truth on this earth and destroy all the wickedness. And don't have no pity on them when you doing that shit. Neither. If thou shalt say in thine heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? Thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shall well remember what the Lord thy God, your God, did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt. All right. Thou shalt not be affrighted at them, for the Lord thy God is among you. Where is he, y'all? Israel, a mighty God and terrible. Don't let these niggas lie to you, these fake ass nations talking about trying to steal your God from you, Israel. We're going to find out who the true Israel is real quick, I'm telling you. And the Lord thy God will put out those nations before thee by little and little. Ooh, just like he doing right now. He getting rid of their ass little by little, Israel. Thou mayest not consume them at once, lest the beast of the field increase upon thee. So he ain't going to destroy it all at once. He's going to destroy it bit by bit by bit, just like he doing it right now. But the Lord thy God shall deliver them unto thee, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction until they be destroyed. Okay? And he tells you destroy all they shit. He going to deliver their kings to your hand. Okay, now let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. Most High is talking about how he's taking care of them, to remember that, how he took care of them in the wilderness. So they don't have to have no fear. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 14. Ye are the children. Remember, this is Moses talking to Israel. You are the children of the Lord your God. Israel is. You shall not cut yourselves, nor make baldness between your eyes for the dead. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord your God, and the Lord hath chosen you to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon this earth. Then he gave them the dietary law next. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Now, who gave this to Israel? Do you see why Chinese niggas be eating that shit that they eat? Do you understand why now? Do you see why that nigga Esau took a bite out of that heart on that video I showed you guys? A raw meat. You seeing Edomites sitting down at a table, 2 Edomite women eating raw meat. Raw hamburger, cracking eggs on top of the shit, eating the shit. Do you see? because it was not given to them. It's given to you. You are a peculiar people, Israel. So let's get into it and find out who Israel is. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all of his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So in other words, if you do the things that you're commanded to do by the Most High and keep his commandments and statutes, he will place you above all the people that are on the earth, Israel. Okay? And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord your God. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. We're just going to stop right there. So he says, if you keep my commandments, you're going to be blessed. It's going to overtake you. The blessings will. Now let's go down and find out what happens when you don't. All right. Remember the blessings. Look what he said. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. And thou shalt be above only. And thou shalt not be beneath. If you keep my commandments. See? All right, all right, all right. Now, but if it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So, if you keep my commandments, you'll be blessed. If you don't keep my commandments, you will be cursed. Alrighty then. Now, did Israel keep the Most High's commandments, or did they break them and needed a savior? They broke the commandments of the Most High and needed a savior. So then they were cursed. See, they're under the curses for breaking the commandments of the Most High. Okay? So this is going to be a sign and prove who Israel is. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy land, increase of thy cattle, flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall be when thou comest in. Cursed shall thou be when thou go out. Everywhere you go, no matter what land you go to, you're going to be cursed. You're going to be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Now, what people live in ghettos that's fucked up right now at the bottom of society beneath? Negroes? Okay, check. Were they cursed in the field picking cotton and shit for free? You're getting paid no money for the shit? That's a curse, my nigga. Not paid labor? Cursed in the field? That happened to Negroes, see? Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. That means your savings. So every time you put some money away, it gets fucked up. Your car breaks down, you got to pay for that. Your boy needs some money, you got to pay for that. Your friend needs some rent, you got to pay for that. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body. That means your children and shit. Your body is going to start to be fucked up. The fruit of your land, your cattle, all that shit going to be jacked up. You ain't going to have any of it anymore. You're going to be cursed when you go in, when you come out. The Lord shall send thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do. So everything that these people will do, Israel, is going to be cursing and vexation. They're not going to get any reward for the shit until you be destroyed, until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Turn their backs on Abba Yah. See? The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto you until he has consumed you from the land, whether you go to possess it. You see, you're going to be consumed off the land with a pestilence. Now, was there blankets with smallpox put on them bitches and brought over here and the native people were consumed off the land? Do you see how it's proving who the damn Israelites are? You see that? Let's keep going. You shall be smitten by your enemies. You shall flee 7 ways. You shall remove to all the kingdoms of the earth. Now, are there Negroes scattered to all the 4 corners of the earth? Yes. When I was young, I grew up on an island in the Philippines. There were native people in the Philippines called Negritos. Negrito means little black, in other words. So that means little black people. They had afros and shit. They lived in the mountains of the Philippine Islands, bro. Okay? I had a friend. One of them was a Negrito. His name was Alvin. So they're scattered to the 4 corners. They're everywhere. They speak all different accents. Niggas got French accents, Spanish accents, English accents. They speak everybody else's language. This shit is clear. All right, let's keep going. The Lord shall smite thee with madness, blindness, and astonishment of heart. That means depression like a motherfucker. Okay. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. So, was the so-called Negroes, when he took his wife on a slave plantation, the damn slave owner slept with her anyway? Yes, just like the Bible said would happen to him because he's cursed. Was he also building that plantation, but he wasn't living inside the house? He was living outside in the damn cabin in the back? Yes, just like the Bible said was going to happen. When he planted all that damn shit for the crop to be harvested, did he get any of the fruits of the harvest, or did the slave owner eat all that shit up? What do you think happened? Okay then. 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. So was the slave woman, remember 12 years a slave, where the woman was crying, oh my babies, oh my goodness. She cried and cried, and Solomon, the other slave, was like, with a free man, he was like, stop crying, woman, stop crying, please stop crying. Y'all remember that? Do you see why her eyes were looking and failing with longing for her children? Because they took her children and sold them off into slavery to another place. She never saw them again. That happened to the Negroes again. So all these things so far are lining right up on one people. You see that? Let's keep going. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. You're going to be depressed at everything that you're looking at. Your life that you're living. Let's keep going. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation neither you nor your fathers have known, and there shalt thou serve other gods of wood and stone. Look at this shit. You're going to be taken into bondage over and over and over again. The Israelites was in Babylonian bondage. They was in Persian bondage. Every time they broke the commandments of the Most High, they fell into bondage. They was in Egyptian bondage, not just Egypt. They were in Assyrian bondage. They've been in bondage to every nation on this earth. Let's go. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a joke, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. They're not going to call you Israel no more. They're going to call you a byword. They're going to call you nigger. They're going to call you akata. They're going to call you slave. They're going to call you sambo. All that shit. Jigaboo. Spook. They're going to call you everything but your true name. Let's keep going. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. They're going to be taken from your hands and sold off into slavery somewhere else. That happens to the Negroes. The stranger that is within thee. So when your neighborhoods, you got strangers living there like Ishmael, Arabs. You got Koreans that come and have Sam's Beauty Supply on the corner, right? You got the liquor store, got an Ishmaelite in there, an Arab, right? You got the bank, it's got a so-called Edomite in, or a white person, an Edomite in there, right? They live, they're within thee, in your neighborhoods. They shall get up above thee very high. See, they're going to make a lot of money off of you. And thou shalt come down very low. You're going to go back to your little ass, busted ass house at the end of your day, after they've made all their money off of you. He shall lend to thee. You're going to go to the bank and ask him for a loan, and thou shalt not lend to him. Nobody's asking you for no fucking loan. You ain't got no damn money. He shall be the head, and you shall be the tail. You see? Now watch this. And they, the curses, see all these curses, and they shall be upon thee for a sign. See, a sign pointing to Israel, show who the real Israel is. Now I just showed you all those curses so far lined up with niggas, Negroes, Israelites. All of what I just described to you lines up on Negroes. Y'all see that? And thy seed forever. So that means that it's going to be upon them because they broke the commandments. On their seed forever, guys. That means you're going to be a sign. That means that forever you're going to be able to know who the Israelites are by these things you have just read. So can it be denied so far? But let's keep on going. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. Did the nigga come across the fucking ocean? Yes. From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. What is the symbol of this nation? The eagle? A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. The nigga was speaking English. We didn't know what that nigga was saying. A nation of a fierce countenance, blue ass eyes, red ass skin, straight ass, stringy ass hair. You was like, what the fuck is this? which shall not regard the person of the old. He killed old people down, nor show favor to the young. He smashed babies against stones. He stumped babies' heads. He gave babies to alligators. I was making it clear. And he's going to eat the fruit of your cow. He's going to eat up everything. I told you, he killed the deer and took a bite out of his heart. He destroyed everything. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee. You see that? So that the man that is tender among you, listen up, Israel, because it's going to prove this who you are. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, there was a time when the man of Israel was very loving and tender, a tender keeper, a tender protector. His eye shall be evil toward his brother. He's going to be backstabbing his brother now. Black on black crime, they call it. And toward the wife of his bosom, he's going to have drama, baby mama drama in his house. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. He's going to not be at home with his children. These are the same curse, the same book we've been reading. Lining right up with Negroes. Our Negroes have homes. Do Negroes have homes right now without their fathers in the house? Because he can't get along with their mother. His eye shall turn evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom. He used to love her. Now they can't get along. So that they can't get along. Let's go. The tender and delicate woman. Israel used to be a tender and delicate woman. She wasn't in the street fighting. She wasn't cussing and acting crazy. She was meek. She had a veil on her face. She was covered from head to toe with fringes on her garments. Tender and delicate, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. She put a slipper on her foot when she put her foot on the ground. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. See? Baby mama drama, fighting, can't get along in the house. And toward her son, and toward her daughter. She gonna not get along with her children. She calling them bad motherfuckers. I hate these motherfuckers. I saw a video with a so-called black woman, had her 7 children taken away by CPS, and she congratulated them and clapped her hands and said, thank you for taking them bad motherfuckers away. Who is this happening to? And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet that she gives birth to. She's going to be evil toward them. And her children which she shall bear. She's going to be an ostrich toward her children, hateful toward them. For she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Y'all hearing this? Y'all hearing this? Most High said, if you would have just observed to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God, your God. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance, if thou wilt not observe to do it. See? So you're going to be worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Let's keep going. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. So are there Negroes scattered all over the earth among all nations? Yes. When you watch the Olympics, all these other nations got their sprinters on the front line. They're all Negroes. They're like Great Britain is a Negro sprinter. America, a Negro sprinter. Jamaica, a Negro sprinter. Trinidad and Tobago, a Negro sprinter. France, a Negro sprinter. Get the fuck out of here. They're all Israelites spread among all the nations. It's clear who it is. And there they shall serve other gods. You see, Caesar Borgia, shit like that. White boy, flower boy, Jesus. And among these nations you shall find no ease. Ain't that right, niggas? Neither shall the sole of your foot have rest. Ain't that right, niggas? But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing eyes. You're going to be full of fear and sorrow of mind, depressed, afraid, scared, hiding. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. Am I going to die today? Every time I get in my car, I see a cop behind me, I think I'm going to get killed. Is that happening to niggas today or not? And thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. You're afraid of death, are you not, Israel? You so-called Negroes on the earth. Are you afraid of death today? And the Lord thy God shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Who did he take into slavery with ships? Negroes this happened to. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, just like I said it was going to happen to you. And it did happen. You shall see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies. They are not our friends, Israel. They are our enemies that sold us for bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women. Who is on the auction block? Who are these curses lining up with? Who are the people of God? Who is true Israel today? And no man shall buy you, which means no man going to save you out of that situation that you find yourselves in. Nobody is. Let's keep going. Zechariah chapter 11. There is a voice of the howling of the shepherds for their glorious spoil. Now that we've confirmed who Israel is, let's go. A voice of the roaring of young lions for the pride of Jordan is spoiled. Thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Negroes been getting killed in this land for hundreds of years, and their possessors, so-called white people, Edomites, have held themselves not guilty. Is it true or is it not true today? I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. Is it true or not? And they that sell them, who sold Negroes? Who sold them today? Who sold them? Say it. Blessed be the Lord. They said, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. Their own leaders don't even care. They turn against their own people. Who did this happen to? Now let's see if it's some fake Jews. Revelation 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Talking to Israel. And I know the blasphemy, the lie of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of who? Synagogue of who? Hashtan. Behold, I will make them of the, this is Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. So they are lying to you. They are not Jews. They are the synagogue of Satan, the enemy. Behold, I will make them to come down and worship before thy feet, and know that I have loved thee. Who did he love? Who did he love? Let's get back to it. Who did he love? Because the Lord loved you. Because the Lord loved you. Set his love upon you. So they're going to know that the Most High loved you. The whole world's going to know who the true Israel is. The Negroes. He's going to make them fake ass Canaanite bastards come worship at your feet, Israel. Thus saith the Most High Yah. Now, let's see if some nations came against the Negroes, who we have established are Israel. Psalm 83, a psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies, your enemies, make a tumult, and they that hate thee. What did the Most High say he's going to do to the nations that hate him? He's going to make a quick end of them, he said. Nations that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, your people, crafty counsel, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against you, Lord. See, thee. Who? The tabernacles of Edom. Edom. And the Ishmaelites. You see that? The Roman, from the Caucasus Mountains, the caveman, the Neanderthal, the Arab, the Chinese, the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon. Look at this, Ammon. Moab and Ammon are brothers. Those are Japanese. Ammon has come against you. Amalek, the fake Jews, the fucking cave beasts. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Hamites, so-called Africans. Assur also is joined with them. They have Hopen, which helped the children of Lot. Who are the children of Lot? Moab and Ammon. The slanty-eyed. Born from incest. Lot's daughters laid with Lot to produce these two niggas with the slanty eyes that eat any fucking damn thing. They all came against God and God's people. Get out your fucking feelings about it. Read it and weep today. Silawam to the true Israel. Let's lead these heathens out of this darkness and into this light the way we were supposed to do from the beginning. Silawam.